my advice to all of you guys would be to think of your application from the deadline backwards. So consider September end as your deadline, and then try putting things in place as to what you can achieve on all these months from March to September. You have got like a limited number of experiences that you all can put in the application now. So if you all have more experiences, more than 10, then decide what to cut down on. And if you have less experiences, and if you're lacking in research or USC, now is the time to work on them, and now is the time to get it, because in the last minute, everything's hustle, and you probably won't achieve a lot of rotations in the end. So my name is Ashay Daria. I applied to internal medicine and pediatrics this season, and I matched in internal medicine at the Brooklyn Hospital Center in New York, which was my first choice. So for all those people who are meeting me for the first time, I'm a repeat applicant. I had applied last season, and I had gotten just one interview. So almost like when I entered the season, I knew that there is a very little chance that I'm going to match this season. So I had to figure out what went wrong the previous season. So it was a lot of things that played a role in that. I actually had applied to only 85 programs, so I majorly under-applied. And the other thing was that I gave my step 2 quite late in the season. I almost gave it on the 24th of August. And so I didn't have a lot of time to prepare for my application. So it was just a month, and I had to prepare my personal statement and my entire application. And lastly, I wasn't ECFMT certified when I put in my application. So all these factors played a major role in me not matching the previous season. So I actually fixed it this season, and thanks to Sarthi, I got a proper timeline as to when to work on what. They have these deadlines on where you can submit your personal statement, when you can submit your CV. So that puts things in a particular order so that you don't rush things in the last minute. And also they have a closed Telegram group where you can ask questions, and almost all my questions were answered within an hour. So that is thanks to them and their advice that it all worked out this season. So this season, I got 4 interviews in internal medicine and 12 interviews in pediatrics, out of which one was a pre-match. And thankfully, I matched in my first choice, which was the Brooklyn Hospital Center. So my advice to all of you guys would be to think of your application from the deadline backwards. So consider September end as your deadline, and then try putting things in place as to what you can achieve on all these months from March to September. You have got like a limited number of experiences that you all can put in the application now. So if you all have more experiences, more than 10, then decide what to cut down on. And if you have less experiences, and if you're lacking in research or USC, now is the time to work on them, and now is the time to get it, because in the last minute, everything's hustle, and you probably won't achieve a lot of rotations in the end. So that is my advice. Thank you so much for having me here.
Thank you very much, Ashay. And I know these questions do come up. So since you're here, applying to multiple specialties, now with IRAS being 10 experiences only, how do you balance it?
So I believe that this is from my personal experience. I may be wrong, but my entire application was catered to internal medicine itself. I had not put any pediatric experience in it, because I believe that dilutes your experiences. And since you have 10 experiences, it gets highlighted in either way. Earlier, when you had no limit on experiences, you could put 2 different experiences. But now, since you are, since there are just 10, I think putting experiences of just one specialty helps. But having said that, your LORs, they can be different. You need to do rotations. You need to achieve those LORs. So for pediatrics, you can put in pediatric LORs, even though you don't have any pediatric experiences on your CV. So regardless of whether you put that experience in the 10 experiences or no, I believe you should do a rotation in both the specialties, or all. If you're applying to more than 2 specialties, then 3. You'll need experiences in all of them, and you'll need letters of recommendations from all these specialties, so that at least that helps, if not the experiences.
Thank you so much for watching. We hope that video provided valuable insights for your journey. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel and follow us on Instagram and Twitter. And check out our website for details on how we can guide you to a successful match.